So you're welcome along to the AM show on 3. Magic Talk, and of course, online right around the world, 27 minutes past 6. If you're watching on the telly, don't forget you can take us with you on the radio as well. It's Magic Talk, and you text the word listen to 3920 for your local frequency. It's 7:02 AM in Auckland. Now, the Garmin Watch users right across the world have been frustrated for a few days, unable to access personal information. The reason? Well, Garmin is the latest company to be hit in this string of high-tech cyber attacks. Really something going on at the moment, isn't there? Joining us now is futurist and Gorilla Tech CEO Paul Spain. G'day, Paul. How are you?
Good morning.
You've been affected by this personally?
Not personally, but I've spoken to friends that have been. And I think the big thing about this, because we've heard about lots of cyber attacks and ransomware just in the recent months, is this is impacting a lot of people directly. So, yeah, in the past it was, ransomware, yeah, I hear about that. It's never going to affect, never seems to affect me. So people are pretty relaxed. But now I'm hearing from all sorts of people saying, I can't track my sleep, which I normally do.
So
I want to go on a ride.
Yeah, remind people what a Garmin watch is.
Well, Garmin started out as a GPS manufacturer. So the little GPSs you'd have in your car to get you from A to B. But of course that technology has spread far and wide. So, it's used extensively, their technology by private pilots, so that's how they get around and navigate, used by cyclists, runners, and a whole raft of people. So very, very common equipment.
Huge amount of data, personal data.
Yeah. So, you can imagine people are probably getting a little bit worried. What if somebody, gets my personal data, if it gets released, where I go for my, run, my birth date, all these other details. And this is just quite possibly the tip of the iceberg, because we may see, other companies get hit, and think of all of the personal devices we have now that are getting connected to the internet. So what happens if tomorrow you can't turn on your washing machine or this or that?
Or they turn it on for you.
That's the potential future, right?
Or they turn your taps. See, I fear that they'll take over your ability to turn on and off your taps and things. They do it for you. Turn on your light, turn on your fire, that sort of thing.
Well, there are those sort of concerns. We have seen utilities hit in the past internationally. So you can imagine, Watercare gets hit in Auckland, or electricity, companies get hit.
They can't empty the dams because they're empty enough. Well, if they get hit, if a company of this size gets hit, what does it say about some of the smaller companies who just don't have any of the firewalls and different sort of Bitdefender systems that you talk about?
Well, there are so many aspects to being protected here, and I think that really anyone involved in business, whether it's at that sort of board of director level to anyone else across an organisation, we need to be thinking about what we click on. If you're involved in the governance and the running of a business, what is your organisation's plan to make sure you don't get hit, and then if you do, what does your response look like? It seems like Garmin have been quite distant in terms of their communications.
Too casual.
But they're starting to put some information out there now.
Yeah, good stuff. We'll always appreciate your time on the program. All the very best. Paul Spain, of course, futurist and Gorilla Technology CEO.